Less than 2 more days. Less than 2 more days. It's Longan's birthday. Oh my god. He's gonna be 3 years old. And he's gonna die. They are gonna die when they turn 3. That is wonderful. Anyways, back to the main topic of this video. We know that Longan Dragon and the other dragons and all the cookies are going to have a very tough battle. But how? Longan Dragon escaped and they are going to ignite their rat across Earthbit. And who knows, tear space time, almost every Cookie Run universe into one. It sounds very confusing, but I think we should not dwell into that. We should see how it goes in the story. Well, first of all, the dragons and the cookies are about to ignite their battle against Longan Dragon. We are aware that Longan Dragon has a weakness nearby their eyes, stated by Flat Tofu Cookie. So the cookies may go onto Longan Dragon's body to reach to their weakness, while the other 4 dragons will distract Longan Dragon until the cookies are able to reach Longan Dragon's weak spot and somehow cause their weak spot to make them go through their defeat. Why I am kind of confused myself is because we aren't sure what that weakness is. We don't know what is the effects of that weakness. That weakness maybe could cause them to go blind, maybe, or maybe can cause them to revert back to their weakened dragon form, or it could just weaken them entirely to revert back into their cookie form. That's one thing I'm confused about the weakness, as we know it's nearby the eye, but we don't know what that weakness can trigger. And now, other than weakness, we need to talk about the roles of the cookies in the battle. Mainly, I want to focus on Dragon Eye Cookie, because Dragon Eye Cookie is just recently been birthed by Longan Dragon, and they do act a bit of a younger version of Longan Dragon. But what is their role in this battle, and what impact could they bring? Well, we know that Longan Dragon is trying to manipulate them into destroying the cookies, where they can hear a voice of Longan Dragon saying to destroy the cookies. So, what if the whole thing of Dragon Eye's cookies' role is to defy Longan Dragon's order? And when they defy Longan Dragon's order, basically their only backup option is gone, because Dragon Eye Cookie is supposedly supposed to be the dragon that will replace the other 4 foot dragons that have betrayed Longan, so that while he is creating the new dragon world, at least they have Dragon Eye. But since that didn't work, Longan's dragon crashes out as their plan fails. Usually they are cold and calculative, but this time they are not, as everything in their plan starts to tear apart piece by piece. They eventually grow more angrier and more like a crybaby, you could say. They just crash out and plans to destroy everything as usual. And that is where the dragons and the cookies will use this as an advantage, as when Longan Dragon is enraged, they aren't focused. So they wouldn't be aware of the cookies on their body and plan to pinpoint their weakness. So while the dragons are distracting them and getting the whooping of their lifetime, the cookies will be able to reach to hit their weak point. But what if they couldn't reach that weak point? What if Longan Dragon notices the cookies on their body? They could just throw them out. There is nothing to hinder them from destroying everything. There is no cookie that can find is on their body to pinpoint a weak spot, unless the cookie of the prophecy, the legendary mighty cookie that will wield the spear of catalysm. And that's it, cookies. I'm not sure either. I'm thinking of Rambutan, but Rambutan seems to be off commission, so I will choose Ginger Brave. One of my commenters said that Chocobar could be another good cookie that could be the cookie of the prophecy, but I don't think so. Although Chocobar has a valid backstory and he is very strong, but he just recently came, so I don't think so it's him. As every game, Ginger Brave has something which is the power of hope. He's able to gather everyone and ignite their hopes, and so Ginger Brave would be able to receive everyone's power, faith, and hope, and so he will be empowered to fight Longan Dragon. Or less powerful than Longan Dragon, but strong enough to be able to deal damage to Longan Dragon. Although Longan Dragon said that they will be killed by a cookie with a spear, they didn't mention that that cookie can take them on one-on-one. I mean, it would be cool if Ginger Brave one-on-one Longan Dragon. That would be sick. Off topic, this is my copium theory. Ginger Brave 1v1 Longan Dragon. And then he pinpoints the weakness of Longan Dragon and uses the spear of catalysm to stab him in the eyes. Anyways, back to the main part of the theory. Ginger Brave will wield the spear of catalysm, and so he will receive the power of everyone, including the 4 dragons, so that he can kill this crackhead by throwing the spear of catalysm on Longan Dragon's weak spot and bringing down the almighty all-seeing dragon as it turns to the all-blind. And so the dragon is defeated and everyone lives happily ever after. Or is it a being of sheer power born from the ashes of the many it has scorched? Well, the mighty stone dragon that has been sealed by the fruit dragons. Well, seems like we have one more crackhead, and that is the mysterious black dragon that will come later in the future. What is this black dragon? We know that Longan Dragon and the other 4 fruit dragons had a war between the stone dragons. So what if there was one mighty, powerful stone dragon they couldn't defeat, and so they sealed it away? What if Longan Dragon was holding that seal, and so when they die, the seal is broken, and the legendary stone dragon is released, ready to ignite the world once again? It's fallen kind. It brings revenge to this world. As to what, and okay, enough making so much dramatic voices. Okay, why did it state that a being of sheer power born from the ashes of the many it has scorched? Well, that is because the stone dragons were once belonged in the Dragon's Valley, but after that defeat, Pitaya decided to take over. So since they were in the Dragon Valley, they should have some sort of fire-related abilities, right? Despite the Dragon's Valley being inactive during that time, they should have some sort of similar firepower. That's why I believe that's why they stated what I just mentioned just now. It seems that they are supposedly stronger than Longan Dragon, and that is very concerning. Longan Dragon alone is caused the whole tropical sodas. Even it caused Millennium Tree to intervene for a bit. Now imagine this dragon. That means they would be like the top 2 strongest in the Cookie Run universe. But we will have to wait and see until August. But we may get to see a glimpse or foreshadow of them appearing on the final update for Longan Dragon. So we'll see. And so this theory comes to an end, and we shall witness the death of Longan Dragon and the birth of Dragon Eye. Thank you for watching this video and stay theorizing.